More breaking news from the Jets. Day after locking up Garrett Wilson, they have signed Sauce Gardner to a 4-year extension. It's worth just over $120 million, according to multiple reports.
In a stunning move that sent shockwaves through the league, the New York Jets locked in their star cornerback Ahmad Sauce Gardner with a massive 4-year, $120.4 million contract extension. This deal makes him the highest-paid cornerback in the history of the NFL. And what makes it even more impressive? It comes just one day after the Jets handed out a $130 million extension to wide receiver Garrett Wilson. Back-to-back 9-figure deals. A clear message to the league? The Jets are betting big on their young core. At just 24 years old, Gardner's resume already reads like a Hall of Fame preview. Drafted 4th overall in 2022, he immediately became the cornerstone of the Jets' defense. In his rookie season, he captured Defensive Rookie of the Year honors and earned first-team All-Pro and Pro Bowl selections. The league took notice. This wasn't just a good rookie season, this was generational talent on full display. Year 2 only reinforced the hype. Another first-team All-Pro selection, another Pro Bowl nod. Even in a slightly down third season in 2024, Gardner remained one of the league's most dominant shutdown corners. Over his first 3 seasons, he allowed fewer than 3 touchdowns and gave up just 454 receiving yards total. That's lockdown defense in a league built to favor wide receivers. The extension, worth $120.4 million over 4 years, averages out to $30.1 million per season. That number eclipses every other cornerback in the league, putting Gardner ahead of stars like Derek Stingley Jr. and Jalen Ramsey. And while the full breakdown of incentives hasn't been made public, reports confirm that about $60 million of the contract is guaranteed. That level of commitment from the Jets shows just how valuable Gardner is to their long-term vision. But here's where it gets even more strategic. Gardner's extension doesn't kick in until 2027. He still has time remaining on his rookie contract and a 5th-year option. That gives the Jets flexibility to continue building around him in the short term while securing his prime years for the future. It's a win-win for both sides. Gardner gets financial security and respect. The Jets get peace of mind and a foundation to build around. In typical Sauce Gardner fashion, the announcement came with both humility and confidence. He posted on social media, thanking the Jets organization and expressing gratitude to God. Behind that calm and collected message is a player who knows his worth and who knows the work it took to reach this point. Gardner's journey didn't start in the spotlight. Coming out of the University of Cincinnati, he wasn't from a blue blood football powerhouse, but his tape told the truth. He didn't allow a single touchdown in college. He showed elite instincts, freakish athleticism, and a relentless drive to compete. The Jets saw it. They didn't hesitate to take him 4th overall in 2022. And it's already paying off. This deal marks a massive shift in the Jets' organizational mindset. Under general manager Darren Mauge and head coach Aaron Glenn, the team is clearly pivoting toward a player-first approach. They're not waiting to get into contract battles or letting elite talent walk away. Instead, they're locking in their stars early. Wilson on offense, Gardner on defense, 2 pillars of the 2022 draft class, 2 faces of the franchise, over $250 million committed in just 2 days. The timing is also critical.
On Monday, the Jets extended Garrett Wilson. On Tuesday, it was Sauce Gardner's turn. 4 years, $120.4 million contract extension. The point 4 there actually very important because it was very important for Gardner to be the NFL's new highest paid cornerback, exactly what he now is. The APY of his contract average per year, $30.1 million, exactly $0.1 million more per year than Derek Stingley, who was previously the NFL's highest paid corner.
With the NFL's salary cap projected to keep rising, signing young stars now can actually be a bargain in a few years. A $30 million per year contract might feel huge today, but if Gardner keeps producing all-pro seasons, that number could look like a steal by 2028. What separates Gardner isn't just his numbers, it's his mentality. Opposing quarterbacks don't just avoid his side of the field, they fear it. Wide receivers get jammed at the line, rerouted, and frustrated. His footwork is crisp, his hips are fluid, and his recovery speed erases mistakes. But above all, it's the attitude. Sauce doesn't back down. He talks, he competes, and he never stops studying film. Defensive backs coach Tony Oden has repeatedly praised Gardner's discipline and preparation. According to Oden, Gardner spends hours breaking down opponent tendencies, route concepts, and formations. He's not just reacting, he's anticipating. That's what makes him elite. It's not raw athleticism, it's mastery of the craft. His peers see it too. Several veteran receivers have admitted Gardner is one of the toughest corners they've ever faced. Even in games where he doesn't rack up stats, his impact is obvious. He forces offenses to change game plans, he limits explosive plays, he shortens the field, and now, with a record-setting contract, he has the paycheck to match that impact. What does this mean for the rest of the league? It resets the market. Derek Stingley Jr., who briefly held the title of highest-paid cornerback after signing his own mega deal with the Texans, now trails Gardner in both average annual value and total guarantees. And Jalen Ramsey, once the gold standard at the position, now finds himself in a new era, one shaped by Sauce. The ripple effect is real. Other teams with star cornerbacks entering contract years will have to adjust. The bar has been raised. If you want to keep elite talent, you'll have to pay elite money, and the Jets just proved they're willing to do it. Gardner's extension also sends a message to young players around the league. Perform early, stay locked in, stay professional, and you can earn generational wealth before your rookie deal even ends. It rewards production, it rewards discipline, and it rewards trust between a player and an organization. The move drew reactions from across the NFL. Analysts praised the Jets for being proactive. Fans celebrated the commitment to defense. Even some rival executives quietly admitted it was a smart, forward-looking deal. Gardner is the type of player you build around. He brings talent, leadership, swagger, and accountability. Of course, the pressure now rises. With the money comes expectations. Gardner will be asked to continue locking down WR1s, elevating the secondary, and mentoring younger teammates. But if his past is any indication, he's not just ready for that pressure. He thrives on it. The Jets are betting on Sauce Gardner to be the face of their defense for the next half-decade. They're betting that his blend of skill, film study, and fearlessness will keep him among the elite. And they're betting that, with him shutting down one side of the field, they can finally build a championship-caliber defense. Time will tell if this gamble pays off. But based on everything Gardner has shown since day one, from the moment he stepped onto the field in green and white, it's hard to bet against him. This isn't just a payday, it's a proclamation. The Jets aren't just trying to compete, they're trying to dominate, and Sauce Gardner is the blueprint. In an era where offensive fireworks dominate the headlines, the Jets just reminded the world that defense still matters, and when you've got a weapon like Sauce Gardner, you don't just protect it, you invest in it. The 2025 season will be the beginning of a new chapter in New York, one where the future is secured, the standard is raised, and the expectations are sky high. Sauce Gardner got the bag. Now he gets to prove he's worth every penny. If you think Sauce Gardner earned every dollar of that deal, hit that like button. And if you believe the Jets just built a Super Bowl defense, don't forget to subscribe. This story is just getting started. The Pittsburgh Steelers just got hit with a bombshell nobody saw coming. TJ Watt dropped a surprise that's rocking the entire organization. What should have been normal contract talks has turned into an all-out war. This isn't just about money anymore. It's personal. CBS Sports' Aditi Kinkhabwala dropped the bombshell report on 93.7 The Fan that exposed the ugly reality of these negotiations. The details are stunning. TJ Watt was openly told, "You're fortunate to be a Steeler," Kinkhabwala reported. And his response was, "You're fortunate to have me." This wasn't just contract posturing. This was a direct confrontation between two sides with completely different philosophies about player value and organizational prestige. Kinkhabwala continued her revelation. The Steelers' attitude, the Steelers' mindset, is that it is such a privilege to be in this uniform, to wear this uniform, that therefore you should take a hometown discount just because you get to play for one of these cornerstone trademark organizations. The bombshell here isn't just what was said, it's what this exchange reveals about the fundamental disconnect between the franchise and their superstar defender. The financial numbers behind this standoff are staggering. Watt isn't just asking for a raise, he's demanding to make history. Jerry Dulac of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette revealed on The Rich Eisen Show the scope of Watt's demands.
With TJ Watt, the stalemate is going to be that TJ Watt, wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. And the Steelers are looking at it that he's age 31. In order to accommodate any kind of large contract, it can't be a 3-year deal. It has to be a 5-year deal because you need to spread the money out in terms of the guarantee and the signing bonus over 5 years, not 3. And now you're looking at T.J. Watt being age 36.
That means Watt is seeking a deal worth over $40 million annually. The current record holder is Myles Garrett at exactly $40 million per year. The Steelers, meanwhile, are hoping to stay closer to the Max Crosby range of $35.5 million. The gap between these positions represents a massive $4.5 million annual difference. What if the Steelers offer $38 million per year? That would still leave Watt walking away from $2.1 million per week based on 18 checks per season. Would he really hold out into the regular season over that amount? The answer might shock you. Based on the heated exchange, Watt appears prepared to dig in completely. The Steelers face another crushing reality. The market is about to get even more expensive. Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys is entering contract negotiations. His deal will undoubtedly match or exceed Garrett's $40 million figure, perhaps significantly. Shouldn't Watt wait to see what Parsons gets? The Parsons contract will only drive the current market higher, making Watt's case for more than Pittsburgh's best offer even stronger. The Steelers hope to regard the Garrett contract as another Cleveland Albatross contract, similar to the Deshaun Watson deal. But that strategy ignores the reality of the pass rush market. The timing of this confrontation couldn't be worse for Pittsburgh. The Steelers have gone all in for 2025. Aaron Rodgers is their starting quarterback in what will be his final NFL season. The offense has replaced George Pickens with DK Metcalf. The defense acquired Jalen Ramsey through a blockbuster trade.
The Dolphins are trading Jalen Ramsey to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Miami Dolphins are getting Minkah Fitzpatrick. This is a player-for-player swap. We rarely see this in the NFL.
Ramsey traded Minkah Fitzpatrick along with a 2027 fifth-round pick to the Miami Dolphins in exchange for Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, and a 2027 seventh-round pick. This is Super Bowl or bust in the Steel City. The Steelers are doing everything possible to hoist a Vince Lombardi trophy. Watt holds considerable leverage in these negotiations. The statistics paint a clear picture of his value. The Steelers are 1-11 when Watt misses games due to injury. Not having Watt would offset everything else they've done to reach the playoffs and win a postseason game for the first time in Watt's career. The Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016. They consistently beat weaker opponents, but struggle against top-tier teams. Watt's credentials are undeniable. He has been named to 7 Pro Bowls and earned first-team All-Pro honors 4 times in the past 5 seasons before being named second-team All-Pro last year. Former Pro Bowl linebacker LeVar Arrington addressed the situation on the Two Pros and a Cup of Joe podcast with a stark assessment.
And given a $1.5 million raise to bring his salary to 26 and change this year, and Jonnu Smith's salary goes from $4 million to $12 million. Some were saying might not sit well with T.J. Watt, who's looking for his. What can you tell us about this situation, Jerry?
Well, Rich, what I can tell you is that these moves have, and I've been told, have nothing to do with any negotiations with T.J. Watt. The stalemate is going to be that T.J. Watt, wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback in.
The Steelers and Watt have been through this before. The last contract negotiation lasted deep into training camp and the preseason. Watt employed a holding-in strategy, attending camp but not practicing until the deal was completed. It worked. He secured a record $28 million per year in new money average. This time feels different. The Steelers seem to believe that when their best number is put on the table, Watt will accept it. Bill Cowher, the former Steelers head coach, offered his perspective on CBS Sports' The Dan Patrick Show. You can't take it personally. It's that time of year. There's no real deadline at this point. He's gone through this before. We saw him almost hold up right till the first game and still have a stellar year. This is, unfortunately, the part of it that you just have to be patient. And I think the one thing that Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan and Art Rooney have done, they've exhibited great patience. They did that with Aaron Rodgers to see where he's at right now. I think the same approach is going to be taken with T.J. Watt. The Steelers made a significant announcement on Thursday, July 3rd. They signed general manager Omar Khan to a 3-year contract extension. Khan has been in charge of the Steelers front office since 2022. He has worked with head coach Mike Tomlin to keep Pittsburgh in perennial playoff contention. I am excited to announce we have signed Omar to a new 3-year contract, said Steelers president Art Rooney II. Omar and his team have done a great job over the past 3 years in constructing our roster through the NFL draft, strategic trades, and free agency. We look forward to continuing that trend that will lead to even more success on the field. The extension locks Khan in through at least the 2028 NFL season. Khan, 48, is the son of immigrants and a native of New Orleans. He is in his 25th year with the Steelers. Steelers fans are not happy with the priorities. The urgency among the fan base is palpable across social media. One supporter posted, Okay, hear me out. Extend TJ Watt next. This sentiment reflects what many see as Watt being the heart of the Steelers' identity since Ben Roethlisberger's departure. Others expressed frustration that the front office prioritized extending Khan before addressing Watt's contract situation. Fans are hopeful that locking up Watt for the long term would make this a truly successful offseason. One supporter summed it up, extend Tej, bring a safety, Simmons, and you'll have won the offseason. Not all reactions to the Khan extension were positive. Some fans questioned the move, pointing out that head coach Mike Tomlin has significant influence over roster decisions. One comment read, Why? You already have Mike Tomlin making all of Khan's decisions for you. This highlights the perception that Tomlin's role in shaping the team may go beyond traditional head coach boundaries. Multiple teams are positioning themselves for a potential Watt acquisition. The Washington Commanders are eyeing a Super Bowl push in 2025. The Commanders face defensive challenges after losing their top sack leader Dante Fowler Jr. General Manager Adam Peters has not effectively filled this void. With quarterback Jaden Daniels emerging as a star, the Commanders are looking to strengthen their defense by pursuing Watt amid his ongoing contract issues. Analysts suggest a trade package could include a 2026 first-round pick plus 2 additional picks from 2027. The Commanders have financial flexibility due to Jaden Daniels' rookie contract. The Philadelphia Eagles' rumors refuse to die. USA Today's Jacob Kamenker included the Eagles in his recent theory about possible landing spots for Watt. Kamenker wrote, Could Watt stay in Pennsylvania even if he and the Steelers can't reach an agreement? Howie Roseman has never been afraid to make aggressive trades, has $30.8 million in cap space available, and could use another playmaker on the edge. The Eagles lost several edge rushers during the offseason. Josh Sweat signed with the Arizona Cardinals in free agency. Bryce Huff was traded to the San Francisco 49ers, and Brandon Graham retired. Philadelphia still has young talent in Nolan Smith Jr. and Jalix Hunt, but adding a proven veteran like Watt would help keep their Super Bowl window open. The Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Los Angeles Rams were also named as potential destinations.
The Dolphins are trading Jalen Ramsey to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Miami Dolphins are getting Minkah Fitzpatrick. This is a player-for-player swap. We rarely see this in the NFL.
Ramsey has delivered the most explosive public revelation in NFL history, systematically destroying the Miami Dolphins organization while simultaneously creating unprecedented shockwaves throughout the football world that fundamentally challenge team loyalty expectations and redefine how elite players communicate their dissatisfaction with franchise management. This stunning announcement represents far more than simple trade confirmation. It exposes deep-rooted organizational dysfunction and creates systematic questions about Miami's ability to retain elite talent while building championship-caliber teams. Despite the NBA's free agency period starting off with a whirlwind of activity, it appears as if the NFL still managed to dominate the trade-related headlines as Ramsey's shocking announcement has overshadowed all other professional sports news. The Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers agreed to a trade that will see both the star DB, Jalen Ramsey, and breakout tight end, Jonnu Smith, travel to Pittsburgh in exchange for the Steelers' 3-time All-Pro safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, creating the most consequential defensive back trade in recent NFL history. Ramsey confirmed the deal himself on X, writing, "Break my own news. So here we go at Steelers, delivering perhaps the most devastating public dismissal of his former organization ever witnessed in professional sports." This social media announcement represents unprecedented disrespect for traditional trade announcement protocols while simultaneously creating maximum embarrassment for Dolphins management who lost control of their own narrative. The move is just the latest in what has been a surprisingly active offseason for Pittsburgh, demonstrating how the Steelers have abandoned their conservative approach to roster construction in favor of aggressive talent acquisition that prioritizes immediate championship contention over long-term financial planning. This systematic transformation has created industry-wide shock as one of the NFL's most traditional franchises embraces unprecedented risk-taking strategies. Pro Football Talk's founder, Mike Florio, expressed complete bewilderment at Pittsburgh's organizational transformation, asking, "What the hell happened to the Steelers? They've undergone some sort of organic personality change this year. Who is this team wearing black and gold? They are acting like they have never acted before, and I mean never," highlighting how Ramsey's acquisition represents fundamental departure from established franchise philosophy. "I know how the Steelers operate. They don't operate the way they operated this year. They don't do that," Florio continued,